What's up, everybody? We are trying something on the farm today. I got a seed dealer that does this. I know some people on Twitter, online, doing this kind of stuff. So I got one planter. I am planting 2 crops with it. So the high population, these are population by row, that's my soybeans. And down here is my corn. So half the planter is planting soybeans, half the planter is planting corn. So we're doing like 12 row blocks of corn, looking at getting that edge effect. Idea being, when you've got rows of corn that get extra sunlight because they're not blocked by the rows of corn next to them, they yield a lot higher. So we're stripping 12 rows of corn between, so that's 30 feet wide, between 60-foot blocks of beans. Everybody that I know of pretty much says the beans kind of yield the same, but the corn boosts way up, so from like 200 something to over 300 something. We'll see how it goes by the end of the year. And I had to stop because a bean row ran out on me. Planter was getting low. We're just gonna empty this hybrid out before we refill. You can see, so red is corn, that's population, green is beans. So I'm gonna keep it like this across the field. 30 feet of corn, 60 feet of beans, 30 feet of corn, 60 feet of beans, and try to bump up that corn yield. But gotta stop and put some in that row so I can get back to the other end here. Okay, made that row happy. Now we're back to planting. See, high population on the left, low for corn on the right. Now I have the corn plates in that side of the planter and the soybean seed plates in that side of the planter. And the Gen 3 2020 here, let me do that. It's pretty easy. I'm like, okay, this looks good on the monitor, but it's gonna get angry when I get in the field. Dropped it in, worked flawlessly. I was pretty impressed with that. So what I had is I was able to tell it these rows, the right half, have corn plates in it, the other side has soybean plates in it, and I'm planting it all as soybeans. I don't know if I can tell it. I'm doing 2 different crops, but it's not digitally planting 2 different crops, but physically it is. So, and then I'm able to do multiple rate sections. So I have those rows assigned at different populations. So the outside rows are a higher population. Right now I'm running 40,000 on those 2, 40,000 on those 2, step down to 36, and the middle 4 are normal 32,000 population. That's the way some people have done it, that have done this before, so we're trying that. I might play around with those a little bit. We don't have a ton of space here to do it. We'll have 17-ish, maybe up to 20 acres in this block of this field we're doing. We're doing it right here behind the shop, so if I screw it up, I get to look at it all year. But pretty cool. The technology is allowing us to do this in one single planter pass, and it's Enlist E3 soybeans, and the corn is Liberty Link. So we should be able to do a burn down residual fine here behind the planter, and then come back in the summer. We can spray Roundup or Liberty, even if we go through with like 60-foot wide sprayer. It can get on the corn, because the corn's probably not going to need the weed control that the beans do. We'll see. But anyway, matching up the traits, so obviously you don't spray the beans and kill the corn. But this is pretty cool. I'm anxious to see this stuff come up out of the ground. The colors on the map help, or my brain would be fried. So I gotta skip a full 60-foot pass to keep my 60s of beans between the corn. And then when I refill the whole planter with beans, come and get these passes. Now this pass I can turn around normally, because the beans will stay on the inside of the turn. I'll be beans against beans, and then skip another pass. I don't know if that makes sense to you on here, but if I didn't have the map, I would lose my mind and screw this up. I still might screw it up with the map. We'll see. So fast forward, it's a month later, and I didn't screw it up. We've got corn, we've got beans, and if we keep walking here a little bit, 60 foot over, like I said, we'll get over here, and you can see we have more corn, and it's all looking pretty good. Everything's nice and wet right now. We just got 4/10 of an inch of rain about an hour ago, so these are looking pretty good and fresh after the rain. We're gonna have to get out here and get some nitrogen on this corn soon. It's pretty neat to see as we drive by the shop here multiple times a day. You can look at the stripes of corn out in the middle of a bean field. Weed control is pretty good so far. Everything's pretty clean. Drove across this field in the Gator the other day, just checking bean emergence, because it's been so dry until this last week. They kind of been struggling to bust through the crust we got on top of the soil, but they're looking good now. Not too many weeds out here, but now that we've had some rains and the heat's coming back, so it'll be time to start scouting for weeds again. So I'll show you that process when we get to it. That might be another video. Go ahead and get this one posted, but so far everything is looking pretty good. The corn, and not just this corn, is finally getting some decent green color to it. It's warmed up a little bit, but since we got the rain we needed a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, it's just been cold, like in the 60s, a couple days in the 50s. All the corn around here, I see a lot of it online too, kind of all over the Midwest, is just a little bit yellow. It's been cold and cloudy, kind of like it is right now, but we're going to go back up into the 70s, 80s here in 2 or 3 days, I think, and things should really start speeding up, especially since we got this rain. So just kind of to recap, we are intercropping or strip cropping, whatever you want to call it. We got 12 rows of corns amongst 60-foot blocks of beans. 12 rows because it matches our corn head, just to make things easy. Populations are kind of staggered, like the outside 2 rows of each 12-row block is at 40,000 plants per acre. The next 2 in are at 36, and the middle rows are at our normal population of 32,000. When I come put the nitrogen on, I will up the nitrogen rate to try to match the yield we're expecting. So people have been telling me maybe 300. So we normally run like 170 pounds of N, so I might put out like 210. So that's like 0.7 pounds of N to the bushel. We'll see how that goes. I'll probably do a strip or two since I got several out here, maybe at a higher rate, and then do one at our normal rate of 170 pounds per acre, just to see. That'll tell us if the sunlight interception from having the narrow bands of corn makes a difference. So we'll put out our regular nitrogen rate as well and see what happens. But for now, this is growing and looking good, so stay tuned all summer through harvest. I'll post some more videos and we'll see how this goes. I'm anxious once the plants get quite a bit bigger and kind of canopy, filling the rows. It'll make some pretty cool photos and drone shots, I think, having the 2 different crops out here. So anyway, stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Next video will be coming soon.